Hi, and thank you all for coming. My name is Susan, and I am a financial trainee at a company called Sukup, which specializes in grain storage and grain drying. Our team in the finance department makes all the financial tasks balanced to ensure that our customers and vendors get an optimal service. So, Sukup has been the biggest player on the market since 1955. We were originally named Damco, but we were acquired by Sukup Manufacturing Company in 2015, which is why we changed name. We sell total solutions for grain storage and grain drying to the entire Europe, Scandinavia, and the Baltic states. And we are about 40 employees at our company. And as you see over here, this is my team and my CEO. And I would like to move on to the opportunity for improvement that I've chosen. And I've chosen our vendor payment process because we are having trouble paying in time, so it takes a lot of time, and the process isn't as it could be at the moment. And I hope that maybe my presentation can give some ideas for your companies to how you can use Lean and which benefits it has. So my goals for this, I of course want to save money, want to avoid the interest that comes on the invoices when we don't pay in time, and of course save time, spend the time more efficiently, and satisfy vendors. Don't lose the deals we have with them at the moment, and of course less stress. We are always behind at the end of the month, and this process takes a lot of time in that. So it could be good to shorten that time. And this is my current work process. I've chosen two scenarios because we have two different. The first one you see over here, the first one where we actually have a purchase number, but the purchase isn't correct in our system. And the other one is where we have no purchase at all, that it hasn't been created one. So you can see two different scenarios with a lot of steps. And you see in the bottom, we have a lot of modules we have to go forward and back to all the time. And also right here next to me, this is Nova, our external invoice system we also have to go back and forward to. And then here I tried with the current work process, I tried to color code it so you can see where the necessary activity is and the non-value added activity. And you can see we have a lot of over processing, waiting, and motion. And we spend a lot of time. Just need the column down, 5 minutes, next 180. So it gives work efficiency really low, 9.5 and 9. And the only thing our vendors actually care about, the only thing that's important, is our payment. It's the only thing that's actually value-added activity. And when I try to remove all of the non-valued activity, I only have the necessary steps and our value-added activity left. And you can see I shortened the time a lot. It was approximately 300 minutes before, now only down to 135. And our work efficiency has also improved. It's gotten up to 22.2% instead. And we have a lot fewer steps now, because all the waste has been eliminated. We went from approximately 7 to 18 steps to now only 14, because we have a lot of necessary steps because of the laws and everything in Denmark, so it has to be done. And the results or benefits by using Lean at this process, we eliminated all the waste, the overprocessing motion and waiting time. And we raised our efficiency by almost 13%. Unfortunately, it can never be up to 100% when you work with the economics like I do, because mostly it's internal efficiency we improve. But in the end, that also means something to our vendor, because it improves how quick we can pay them. Is the internal process also shortened, because our payment is the same. When we get it to the bank, to get paid, that's the same. We can't change that. That's the bank. But on the other steps, that's actually something we can do something about. And we almost cut time by 40%, and the workload is minimized because we outsource some of the work, because many of the steps, the non-value added activity, that wasn't our job. Because at the time, we are doing a lot of other departments' work. They should have their purchase in order. We shouldn't be doing their job. So want to say to them that they have to do it, so we doesn't have to. We doesn't have to use the time on it. And on enforced deadline, our bank has a deadline at 2 p.m. In the bank. If we can get the payment in the bank before 2 p.m., it gets paid that day. So if we can get the time shortened, they can actually get the money when they need it. So, and of course less stress. All of this makes the process shorter. So our monthly reports get faster ended. And of course satisfied vendors, they get their money before time, so we don't have to go overtime all the time. So, and conclusion for a summary, we went through the current value state map. We went through the source of waste and how low the work efficiency was, and the future state map, where we looked how we could eliminate all the waste in it, and we actually saved a lot of time and improved the efficiency with it. And results, did it match the goals? Yes, it did. All our goals was achieved, which is good. That's what we want. So using Lean, we can actually achieve all the goals that we have. And in practice, you can only do Lean in a workplace if you work together. You have to do this as a group, and you should want to do it together. All of you should want to do it, because you can't have one person saying, no, I like it the way it is, because then they will always do that. So we need to work together. So, and I think at my workplace, we are good at coming with ideas and saying, how can we make the efficiency higher on this? And everybody comes with ideas, and I think that's really great. And I think this that I've shown you, I think this actually could get improved. I think we can do it. And actually, the quote left, actually in practice, is what if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. Kind of what I mean with it. You can't, if you just do the same all the time, you can't change. So, yeah, that was actually all that I had for the moment. So, any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have several questions, actually.
Oh.
This is an area where I have a lot of expertise in.
Oh, great.
I was director of supply chain management.
Ah.
So one of the things that you identified is the process that affects you. So you go through a series of steps, you've eliminated.
Yeah.
However, the major problem here is if your invoices and purchase orders don't match up,
No,
you're never going to be able to pay. So the fact of the matter is that you focused on an area that affects you, that you can control.
Mm.
But the root cause of some of the major delays is that people before you in your process are not doing the job correctly. So what are you doing to address that? Or will you be looking at that?
Thank you for that question. Yes, I will. We actually I talked to my colleagues about this, and we wanted to talk to the other departments on how, when they're not doing this, how it affects us and how it affects our time, because we have to spend a lot of time doing their work. So we talked about taking a meeting and talking to them about the consequences when they actually don't do their job correctly. Because we have a protocol, they have to do these steps. But in our season, because with rain, summertime, we have a season, and we have really, really busy. But they need to do it correctly, even though we're busy. So they just need to hear it again, I think, because we have a few different departments, and I think it just slips sometimes. More sometimes. But
one of the things that I'd like to suggest as an idea is that in order to make sure there's no deviation from that process. You're saying sometimes they take corners or they cut corners
Yeah,
or they change. You've got to be able to define that process. You got to develop protocols
Yeah,
that
well,
are written, and then monitored
Oh, I like
for
it.
compliance.
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
like your mindset because I actually made a protocol for this.
Absolutely, and then
Yeah.
monitor to
Yeah.
make sure there's compliance.
Yeah.
And when there's no compliance, then you know what the root
Yeah.
cause is.
Because I actually, this problem, I actually, in 6 months after I began, I said that this should change. And I actually made a protocol for our company.
Excellent.
But
Good job.
it takes time for people when I'm new, they just, oh, she's just a trainee. She don't know anything. So we just do what we always do. Okay? So now I put my foot down. So I said, because I'm doing this every day, and it takes so much time, and we're always behind. And I like when things go smoothly. So it is frustrating to sit with this problem, and knowing that you can't do anything about it where you sit, because it's the ones behind you actually creating the problem.
I will tell you that is one of the biggest problems for most companies.
Yeah.
Is getting payments on time, primarily because of inefficiencies in how they process invoices. That is a big issue for large corporations. I come from a large corporation, and that is a typical problem. And unless you define the protocol and make sure there's compliance, it continues to.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
And I think it has to be approved and monitored by your executives.
Yeah. Well, as I said, we talked about this, and I said I would love to renew my protocol, and I would love to have a meeting with all of the other departments, because yeah.
Great job.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you. No? No? Well, great. Well, thank you for your time. Yeah. So. Yeah.